In today's video, we'll be looking at the stack feature inside of Affinity, and we'll see how to remove different subjects or objects from your group of stack images using the stack feature inside of Affinity easily. So before starting the video, if you want the images that we will be working on for this video in order to follow along with this tutorial, please find the link for the images in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button for more tips and tricks related to Affinity. Now with that said, let's get started with the video. So before showcasing the stack feature inside of Affinity, first of all, let me show you the stack of images that we have that we will be working on or adding to this feature inside of Affinity in order to remove all the subjects inside of these images. So if I navigate below and open the Finder window, you'll see that inside of the stack images folder, we have different separate images that are similar in terms of its background, but different in terms of the presence of different passengers or subject inside of this image, as you can see here. So we'll be working on with these images. So now let's navigate back to our Affinity UI. And from the Affinity UI, in order to access the stack feature, first of all, we'll simply navigate to the top and select the File menu item. And from the File menu item, hover down, hover over the New Image Process option. And within the New Image Process option, select Stack option right here. And as soon as we select the stack option, you can see that we have a new stack box popped up or opened inside of Affinity. So the next step is to add and load all of the images that we just saw inside of the stacked images folder. So to do that, we'll simply navigate below and select the add button right here. And as you can see here, inside of the stack images folder, we have all those images that we just recently saw. Simply select everything and then navigate below and click on open. So after clicking on open, you'll see that all of the images has been successfully loaded inside of the new stack box like so. And now let's navigate below and check the other settings that are available in new stack box. So the first settings is after adding those images, we have automatically align images option. So in most cases or by default, this particular option will be checked by default, and we can check this option if you haven't used a tripod or any devices in order to capture individual images perfectly and well aligned. So for example, as I've used my hand to capture all of the images, let's say that we have loaded inside of the new stack box, then in that case, we can check this option and Affinity will process those individual images and automatically align each individual images properly inside of Affinity after we have loaded it from the new stack box. However, if you have used a tripod or any of the devices to take each individual images, then you can simply uncheck this particular checkbox. And one of the advantage of unchecking this particular checkbox is Affinity will not process to align each individual images further, and doing this will significantly increase the speed of loading and processing those images inside of Affinity from the new stack box. So for these images, I'll check this option for now, since I want each of the images to be automatically aligned inside of Affinity after we have loaded it. So the next option is perspective. So I'll simply select it to the default value of perspective here, and after selecting the default value of perspective, I'll navigate below and click on OK. So now you can see that the images has been successfully added and stacked, in addition to applying one of the statistical process, which is median process inside of the stack of our images. And you can also see that all of the passengers that were present in this image has been removed successfully. So if I collapse this live stack group of images layer, then you'll be able to see all of the images that we had previously in the stacked image folder. And exploring the statistical operation further, if we simply click on the particular icon below the live stack group layer, you'll be able to see that we have many statistical operations that we can apply right here, where each of the statistical operations are capable of doing each individual calculations to the stack of images and giving us the final output that we require. So for example, in this video, we'll be specifically looking into the median operation. So what the median operation does is, it will consider or take every images or the stack of images inside of the live stack group layer, and then it will calculate the pixel values for each of the images inside of this particular live stack group layer, and then give the median value, which is the specific average value among all the pixel values of the stacked images that you see here. So this is the reason why all of the subjects or passengers inside of this train image is now removed by only revealing the actual background inside of this image. And the next tip to follow this particular method to remove different objects and subject is, the more image dataset that we have, the more it will give the accurate result at the end. Now, if we move to the right and select this particular statistical operation icon again, you can see that we have the next option of mean as well, which gives a faint values of the subjects or passengers that were inside of this image. So this happens because, in contrast to the median operation, which gives a specific average value, a mean provides a set of average value which is calculated by processing all of the pixel data in each individual images that you see inside of the live stack group layer. And if we change the operation to outlier, you can see that now all the images of the people are visible, and that is because the outlier operation takes or considers the value outside of the average value, which was the result in the median and mean operation. So this is the reason why we see people inside or while selecting the outlier operation right here. So I'll set or select the median operation for this particular image because we want to remove all of the subjects or passengers inside of this image. Now, if we want to view each individual images inside of the live stack group layer, then all we can do is hold down the option key and then click on each individual images that you see inside of the live stack group. And if we do that, now you can see that in the image 5 layer, we have these passengers right here. If I click on image 4, you can see that we have this passenger right here. If we click on image 3, then we have this passenger right here, and so on. So I'll click on live stack group once again to bring back to our train image where every passenger has been removed. And next, if we want to only retain one subject or passenger, or if we want to only show one subject or passenger by removing each and every other passenger, then all we can do is simply select one of the images. For example, let's say if I want only this particular passenger to be visible inside of the train, then all I can do is first of all select this layer, which is image 4, and then use the shortcut key of Command plus J that will duplicate the layer or make a copy of the layer, and then drag the image 4 layer to the top. And after dragging the image 4 layer to the top, now by selecting that copy of the image 4 layer, let's navigate to the left and select our object selection tool now. And by selecting the object selection tool, first of all, let's again make sure that the image 4 layer is only selected, and then let's select our passenger right here. And then in addition to that, and then after selecting the passenger, we can simply navigate below the layers panel and select on the mask layer. So after selecting the mask layer, now let's use the shortcut key of Command plus D in order to deselect our selection like so. And then we can now see that only this passenger is now visible inside of this image by completely removing every other passenger that was there inside of the image. So let me collapse this particular live stack group layer here. And this is how you can use the stack feature inside of Affinity in order to remove any subjects or objects inside of Affinity. If you find this video helpful, please click on the like button. And for more tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.